The ancients used to say that even if you have 1,000 loads of food, you can only eat 3 meals a day. Even if you have a big house with 10 floors, you can only sleep in a treasure room in a carriage, still sad in your heart. No matter how high a person's position is, he still goes to work every day. Glory and wealth are like clouds and smoke. Life seems long, but when you look back, you see how short it is in this busy life. What is the purpose of life, my friends? We often hear that success, wealth, or happiness are the ultimate goals. But even with the greatest achievements, can we really say that we have lived? Like the passing wind that carries away the finest grains of sand, time slips through our fingers, leaving us to wonder. Have we understood the deeper lessons that life has been whispering all this time? Life teaches us in subtle ways, but how many of us stop to reflect, to listen, to truly understand? Today, let's explore these familiar life lessons, not just to hear them again, but to feel them, to question them, and to discover their deeper meaning. If you find it interesting, please give a like and a subscribe button so that the Stoic Messenger has more motivation to create more valuable content. Thank you. In the heart of the bustling city, we rush. We hustle through crowded streets, surrounded by skyscrapers that seem to scrape the sky itself. The rhythm of life pounds in our ears. Cars, deadlines, meetings, all driving us toward goals that seem endlessly out of reach. Every day, we chase after success, more money, more recognition, more of the things that, in the moment, feel so vital. But take a moment to pause. Look beyond the city, past the towers of glass and steel, and you'll see the vast expanse of the ocean. There, on a quiet beach, life moves at a different pace. The waves roll in and out, eternal and unhurried. The breeze whispers gently through the palms, and all is calm. Now, consider the story of 2 fishermen. 1. A man of simple means, who lives by the shore. Every morning he casts his net and pulls in enough fish for his family. When the sun begins to set, he walks home, spends time with those he loves, and rests under the stars, content. The other, driven by ambition, sails out into the deepest waters every day, determined to catch more, always more. His boat is larger, his equipment more advanced, his eyes fixed on wealth and recognition. He works from dawn to dusk, even through the night, convinced that once he has enough, then, and only then, will he find peace. But what is enough? And what is peace? We are often like the second fisherman, lost in the ceaseless pursuit, forgetting that in our rush to capture the future, we are letting the beauty of the present slip through our fingers like sand. Is it not true that life is short, that our time is fleeting? Perhaps the lesson is simpler than we think. It is not the size of the catch that matters, but the time spent in the sun, the laughter shared with loved ones, the quiet moments of reflection where we remember why we are here at all. What is the purpose of our existence? Is it truly to fill our hands with treasures, or to fill our hearts with meaning? Perhaps the answer is not in the city's rush, but in the quiet of the shore. Look closely. On one side, the diligent fisherman, his hands roughened by years of toil, his brow furrowed in constant focus. From sunrise to sunset, his energy is poured into the sea, casting nets with hope and hauling them back with relentless determination. His mind is always on the future. Just one more catch, just a little more, and then I'll finally rest. He believes that with enough effort one day, he will buy himself the time he so deeply craves, the peace he feels he must earn. And on the other side, the lazy fisherman. He leans back, a soft smile on his face, listening to the sound of the waves lapping gently against the shore. His day is simple. He has caught enough for today, and now he rests, unhurried, in the present moment. He watches the sun set with no anxious thoughts of tomorrow. His peace is not something to be earned. It is simply there, a gift in every breath, every wave, every moment. Ironically, the fisherman who works tirelessly is spending his life striving for a future he cannot yet touch. He dreams of a day when he can finally rest, free of the burdens of work and worry. But in doing so, he misses the rest, the beauty that surrounds him now. The other fisherman? He enjoys today what the first believes will come tomorrow. Isn't this the dilemma of modern life? Tick, tick, tick. Do you hear it? Time. Unseen, yet always there. Moving forward with quiet certainty, never stopping, never slowing down. The moments slip by, just like that. We cannot hold them. We cannot turn them back. They are here, and then they are gone, as fleeting as the leaves that fall from the tree in autumn, carried away by the wind. And life is short. But how often do we truly grasp this? How often do we live as if we had all the time in the world, as if there would always be more time to love, to laugh, to live? We tell ourselves, tomorrow I'll slow down. Tomorrow I'll find time for the things that really matter. But what if tomorrow never comes? What if, while we were busy chasing after the things we thought would make us happy, life quietly passed us by? Look at the clock. Listen to its ticking. Every second is a reminder that our time here is limited. Yet so many of us, in the brief time we are given, spend it in pursuit of wealth and recognition, things that, in the end, we cannot take with us. We grasp at them, convinced that they will bring us joy, that they will fill the emptiness we feel. We chase success, prestige, possessions, thinking they will bring meaning to our lives. But the more we grasp, the more we suffer. There is a profound truth in this. The tighter we hold on to these things, the more they slip away, like water through our fingers. We spend our lives accumulating, thinking that one day we will have enough to finally feel secure, finally feel at peace. But the more we chase, the more we realize that the peace we seek cannot be found in what we own or in the recognition of others. The more we run after these fleeting things, the more we distance ourselves from the life we are meant to live. We create suffering for ourselves, stress, anxiety, the endless feeling that we are never enough, that we must always do more, have more, be more. But in truth, we were always enough, from the very beginning. What if we stopped chasing? What if we let go of the need to accumulate, to impress, to prove? What if instead we embraced the fleeting nature of time and chose to live fully in each moment, knowing that every breath, every heartbeat is a gift? Time is fleeting. Life is short. But within the brevity of our existence lies the beauty of living. It is not about how much we have, but how deeply we experience the life we are given. It is about finding joy in the present, not in the promises of tomorrow. It is about letting go of the things that weigh us down and choosing to live lightly, freely, with open hands and an open heart. So, as the clock ticks, as the leaves fall, ask yourself, what are you truly living for? Look at the figure by the lake. Notice the stillness, the calm that surrounds them. The world around them is alive. The trees sway softly, the water reflects the sky, and the wind moves through the leaves with a quiet whisper. But here, in this moment, there is no rush, no need to be anywhere else. There is only presence, only peace. True peace, the kind we all long for, does not come from what we have. It does not come from the things we acquire or the recognition we receive. It comes when we stop grasping, when we stop holding so tightly to the things we think will make us whole. For as long as we cling to material things, our wealth, our possessions, our status, we are bound by them. We live in fear of losing them, and in that fear, we lose ourselves. But when we let go, When we release our attachment to the things of this world, something remarkable happens. We find freedom. It is in this letting go that we embrace the truth of life's impermanence. Everything around us is temporary. The seasons change, the leaves fall, the waters rise and recede. Life moves in cycles, and nothing stays the same. Yet, when we stop resisting this natural flow, when we accept it with grace, we begin to understand that impermanence is not something to fear. It is something to honor. It reminds us to live fully in each moment, to cherish what is before us, without needing to own it, without needing to control it. This wisdom, the wisdom of letting go, teaches us something deeper still. It teaches us to live with compassion. When we stop grasping for what we want, we become more open to the needs of others. When we are no longer bound by our desires for more, we have more to give, more love, more understanding, more kindness. Generosity flows naturally when we are no longer afraid of losing. And in that generosity, in the act of giving freely without expectation, we touch something eternal. We touch the essence of life itself, the deep, abiding connection we share with all beings, with the earth, with the universe. Without attachment, we live lightly. We walk through the world not as its masters, but as its stewards, caring for the earth, for one another, with a heart full of gratitude. We find joy not in what we own, but in the simple act of being present, of being alive. In this space, there is no need to strive, no need to prove. There is only this, a deep, abiding peace that comes from knowing that everything we need, we already have. This is the peace we find when we let go. This is the freedom that comes when we live without attachment. And in this freedom, we discover the greatest truth of all, that to live fully is to live with open hands and an open heart, ready to give, ready to love, ready to let life flow through us. So, as you sit here, watching the still waters, ask yourself, what would it feel like to let go? What would it feel like to live without grasping, without fear, but with compassion, with generosity, with peace? A wise person lives like the bee, taking from life with care, without leaving destruction in their wake. The bee gathers what it needs, nourished by the beauty around it, yet never takes more than the flower can give. It understands the delicate balance between living fully and living lightly, between taking and giving back. So too, should we move through life. We are here for such a brief time, just like the bee, tasting the sweetness of each moment. And yet, how often do we forget this? How often do we cling tightly to the things of this world, trying to possess what is meant to be shared, to control what is meant to flow freely? This is the true art of living, to embrace life's beauty without clinging to its fleeting nature, to experience the fullness of what life has to offer, while understanding that nothing truly belongs to us. Just as the bee does not harm the flower, we too can take what we need from life, while leaving the world more beautiful, more whole than we found it. This is freedom. It is the freedom to walk through life with an open heart and open hands, knowing that the more we release, the more we receive. It is the wisdom to let go of attachment and fear, to move gracefully through each season of life, taking joy in the present while allowing the past to fall away like autumn leaves. In letting go, we are not losing. We are gaining something far more precious, a life that flows, a heart that is unburdened, a soul that is free. Life is not meant to be grasped or held too tightly. Like the bee, we are meant to take from life what nourishes us, without causing harm, without taking more than we need. We are meant to live with reverence for the world around us, to appreciate its fleeting beauty, and to release it when the time comes. This is the essence of freedom, to live in harmony with life's impermanence, to savor each moment without demanding it lasts forever. And in this way, we find the greatest peace, not in ownership, not in control, but in the gentle rhythm of living and letting go. So, as the bee gathers its nectar, ask yourself, what can I take from life that leaves the world unharmed, even more beautiful than before? How can I live with open hands, embracing the beauty, and knowing that true freedom lies not in holding on, but in letting go? So what does human life truly live for? Is it in the gathering of wealth or the status we achieve? Or is it in something far more profound, something we can only discover through the simplest, most authentic moments? Life is not measured by the things we accumulate, but by the love we give, the connections we make, and the joy we share along the way. Each of us walks this journey not alone, but side by side with others, learning, growing, and offering what we can. In the end, it's the moments of laughter, the hands we hold, and the kindness we extend that leave the deepest mark on our souls. Think of the joy that comes not from what we possess, but from the bonds we create. A shared meal, a moment of laughter, a smile offered to a stranger. These are the treasures that fill our hearts. In these moments, we understand that life is not about the race for more, but about the depth of our connection to others and the simple joys that remind us of our shared humanity. When we give freely, our time, our love, our kindness, we create ripples that spread far beyond what we can see. We may never know how deeply a single act of compassion can touch someone's life, but we do know that it brings us closer to the true purpose of living. Life is a pilgrimage, a sacred journey, where we gather not riches, but experiences, lessons, and wisdom. Along the way, we discover that joy is found not in having, but in being present, in being kind, and in being open to the beauty of every moment. And wisdom? It comes from the understanding that we are all in this together. No matter how different our paths may seem, we are connected by the same longings, the same hopes, the same need for love and belonging. We learn that in lifting others, we lift ourselves. In sharing joy, we multiply it. And in giving, we receive far more than we ever imagined. So what is life for? It is for the moments that touch our hearts and remind us of our shared humanity. It is for the joy we bring into each other's lives, for the compassion we offer to those in need, and for the wisdom we gain from walking this path together. Just like the bee, we are here for a short while, gathering what we can, but always leaving the world a little more beautiful than we found it. In the end, it's not the things we hold on to, but the love we leave behind that defines the true meaning of our journey. Live fully, love deeply, and as you walk this path, remember that every step, every smile, every kind word is part of the legacy you leave in this world. That is what we live for. There are lessons in life that, if we learn them early, will guide us through every season with grace. These lessons become our compass, helping us navigate the uncertainties and joys that await us. Control your reactions. The world is unpredictable, but your peace depends not on what happens to you, but on how you choose to respond. In the face of hardship or joy, find stillness within yourself. Let your heart be your guide, not your fears or frustrations. Be sincere. In a world filled with distractions and pretense, be genuine. Speak from your heart and live in truth. The most powerful gift you can give to yourself and others is your authenticity. When you are sincere, your life becomes a reflection of your deepest values, untouched by the need for approval. Have patience. Life unfolds in its own time, not in the rush of our desires. Patience allows us to find beauty in the waiting. The greatest things, growth, healing, love, cannot be forced. They bloom when they are ready, just as the seasons follow their own rhythm. Live with gratitude and passion. Gratitude turns what we have into enough. Passion turns the ordinary into the extraordinary. When we live with gratitude for each breath, each sunrise, we begin to see life as a gift. And when we pursue what we love with passion, we bring light to the world. Avoid comparisons. Your journey is your own. No one else has lived your days or dreamed your dreams. Comparing yourself to others only distracts from the beauty of your unique path. Trust that your timing, your growth, and your purpose are unfolding as they should. Embrace change with courage. Change is life's only constant. It can feel daunting, yet it is in the moments of change that we find our strength. Whether it's the end of something familiar or the start of something unknown, meet it with courage. Let change shape you, not break you. These lessons are the foundation of a life well lived. They are the tools we carry with us as we move through the challenges and wonders of existence. Learn them, live by them, and you will face the future with grace and wisdom. Remember, it's not about how much time we have, but how we fill that time, with purpose, with love, and with a heart that is open to everything life offers. Live in the present. Let go of yesterday and release the worry of tomorrow. Each breath, each heartbeat is a reminder that now is all we truly have. Appreciate the little things, the laughter of a friend, the warmth of the sun, the quiet moments of solitude. These are the moments that shape your life, the gifts that often go unnoticed, but carry the deepest meaning. Forgive yourself. Life is too short to carry the weight of your past mistakes. Release the burden and understand that each day is a chance to begin again. And love yourself. Not for who you think you should be, but for who you already are. You are worthy of love, worthy of joy, and worthy of peace. These are the true gifts of life: simplicity, kindness, presence. So ask yourself, what are you really living for? Is it for a future that hasn't arrived? Or is it for the beauty that's already unfolding before you? Because the answer has been within you all along, waiting for you to listen, to wake up, to truly live. Live fully. Live without reservation, without fear. Love deeply, with your whole heart, even when it feels vulnerable, because love is the essence of life. And remember, life is more than what you possess. It's not about the things you acquire or the titles you hold. It's about who you become. It's about the heart you cultivate, the joy you spread, and the legacy of kindness you leave behind. In the end, life isn't measured by our wealth or achievements, but by the love we give, the moments we cherish, and the people whose lives we touch. So as you go forward, remember to live in the present, appreciate the little things, forgive yourself, and embrace the beauty of who you are. What truly matters has been within you all along, waiting to be discovered, waiting to be lived. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.